with us our business doctor, as we fondly call him, and he's professionally known also as business doctor, not fondly called. I will introduce our main speaker, Mr. M.S. Shantan, C.S. Shantan. He is a business analyst and strategy consultant. Mr. Shantan is a graduate in commerce from Madras University. He is qualified company secretary from ICSI. He is a strategy consultant from IIM Bangalore. He is also marketing analytics from University of California, Berkeley. He has done masters in business laws from National Law School, Bangalore, and he is now pursuing Six Sigma, that is black belt category from ISEL. He is currently serving as, he is also a founder, director of iSpeak Corporate Services Private Limited. He is a director at Red Satin Events Private Limited. He is non-executive director in HIPL Private Limited and FIS MAC Global Private Limited. He is a corporate consultant and advisor in multiple verticals of industry. He is also ex-vice president and director at SLS Private Limited. He is involved in advising and serving various industry sectors for years. Hailing from a business family, he has a passion to be an entrepreneur and serve the industry from wide set of skills acquired during the years. He has many achievements. One is national award. He is a national award winner in Pune, Chennai, Kochi, felicitated by ICAI. He is Bharat Ratna Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Ratna National Award, facilitated by KDBA. He has also achieved Young Achievers Award, felicitated by Rotary International. He has won State Award winner in Row, felicitated by Multiforums. Internationally recognized speaker on international taxation and carbon credit. He has addressed 100+ forums on multifarious subjects, academically and non-academically. He shared dais with national and international speakers. He was honored with gold medal by AVM Bangalore. He was also awarded as best speaker and in national conference held at Pune. So he regularly participates in TV shows and other high-profile gatherings. He speaks. He's invited to speak on various subjects. So we are lucky to have him here. Our business doctor, Mr. C.S. Shantan. Over to you, sir. I will mute everybody. Others, only Mr. Shantan can speak. Yes, sir. Over to you. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, dear. I mean, I guess today you are feeling tired. All fine?
I'm fine.
I hope so. Great. So good morning, gentlemen. I'm sure being a Sunday and turning on your video, it means a lot. It simply means that every entrepreneur has his own commitment, has his own style of version of being, but still you have time to be part of it. I'm sure this will be much more energetic. But as DRR was saying that he's kindly muting everyone. It's only not to talk, but not, I mean, he didn't say you should not chat as well. I'm sure you are free to chat. So let's begin. Keep your chat box completely open because we'll have a lot of interaction because I'm sure that one-way communication is always boring. And not just that, here we are to learn and not on a one-way, it's mutual. And let the learning happen and let the learning be so solid that we both enjoy the session, also appreciate about the understanding on that. So I'll be sharing the screen across as well so that there'll be a coordination which goes on parallelly. Okay. 1 second. Great. Well, so before we begin, I'm sure that your chat box is always active. If not, keep it active. I would be happy to look at it. Now, the first question goes on like this. Let me see. Let the fastest finger first be there. I want to understand the full form of idea. Go hit the chat box. Let me see who will be the first 10 who will hit the full form of idea. I don't expect a spell mistake, at least for sure. Okay. Still are we typing? So the full form of idea. No, not yet. 15 seconds up. Identify demand early in attempt. Okay, that's good. So Gautam is the first one. We have MBVK Gupta, Karthik rolling on. Introduction, demand, efficiency and appearance, development. Okay, so here comes my challenge as such. As we were talking about it, when we speak about idea, it actually means International Dynamic Entrepreneur Alliance. Yeah, that's exactly right. So this is an entrepreneur forum. Now, when we are coming into this forum, it means there is a mindset, there is a thought process, there is an attitude, there is an intention with which we come. And that intention is to make sure 4 things. That is, identify the right person for your business. Ensure you are creating demand, because at the end of the day, we are entrepreneurs and businessmen, and we look anything and everything from conversion into money. So create demand. 3, attempt to get them early, because it is business and the competition is huge. You need to ensure that the moment a call of requirement comes, are you there or not? It matters. So the platform of idea, we all have understood that yes, it is helping us to identify and create demand and catch early in the attempt when everyone are fighting. And that makes this entrepreneur alliance, this entrepreneur forum, much more confident, much more successful than anything. If that is the case, my second and important question to you, which is easily popping up on your screen, which is we call it as, yes, it is successful. If that's the case, then what do you mean by success? It's easy. I think most of us started defining in 100 terms. I will not ask that simple question as what do you mean by success? No, that's not my question as such. But my question straight to you is, if idea is supporting you to be successful, then the word success is just not limited to closing a deal, but this platform of success means more than money, and that more than money comes in the name of relationship. Because here, building relationship will make more successful than making money, because obviously we believe that making business once is not the agenda, but making business continuously, closing the deal continuously and hitting my bottom line continuously makes difference in business. And for that reason, I call success is not just a definition. In fact, success is a revenge for those people who told you can't. And every entrepreneur story is a successful story. If you own a business, if you are an entrepreneur, it means you are a fighter. It means you're already successful. I'm not asking how much money you made, because money is only a result. But how will that result come? By your activity, by your performance, by the way you behave and perform. And all that you behave and perform depends on how successful you are. And for that reason, I call success is the best revenge for all those people who said, no, you can't. It means you started your business. It means you went against the word. It means you took that extra mileage, extra effort to sit and say, yes, I will. And yes, I can. And yes, you did it. And for you to do it, when hundreds of challenges started coming, you were able to beat it. So for me, success is not the question for you, because you're already successful by being an entrepreneur. You stood for your thought and you did it. Then what is that I'm looking? I'm looking the second question, that is how you can be successful in your business. Now, this is my question. Go to chat box and answer me. How can you be successful in business? Now, this makes more sense to me. Go hit the chat box and answer me. How can you be successful, or how are you successful in your business? I'm looking my chat box. Okay, here we have something, focus on goals, DRR, okay. Gautam says increase reliability, okay. Providing quality services to customer, amazing. Increasing network, balance in money and happiness. Okay, let me put this way then. When some speak about saying that providing quality of services, then let my straight question come to you, Vaibhav, when you are speaking about speaking quality. Let me put this way. When you are being compared with your competitor, if I say that you are providing quality, then what is your competitor providing? Even he says he's providing quality. If even he says he's providing quality, then how are you different from your competitor? So never go with the thought process of quality being different from it. Simple logic. If your customer is standing in front of you, he should be able to differentiate between your competitor and you. If that differentiation is being identified, then you can call that as a differentiating factor, and that differentiating factor can never be quality, because everyone, the worst quality in the market is also called as a quality product. Then how are you calling yourself as a quality provider? So never use that term as a quality provider. So quality might not be a differentiation factor for your business success. Network, yeah, you can create an amazing network, because network is net worth today. Because most of us always know that it is not how much net worth you made, because that is something which is depleting, but it is how much network you built, how much network you created, and how much are you creating over the period of time. And that network matters. Yeah, when I call it for the business success, network is something you need to definitely build on. Third, some speak about by giving referral, okay. By giving referral, you supported others. Maybe in future you may get it. You are, sowing a seed, but that is not a success per se in today's scenario. Four, some speak about making use of opportunity. Okay, this is an age-old concept which we always believe that when opportunity knocks your door, you need to open, you need to unlock, and you need to come. All that is true. But my question is, opportunity comes to the one who created, not to the one who wait for it. So we should be a creator of opportunity and not the person who's waiting for an opportunity. Because this extra mileage which we are trying to take about creating that opportunity makes difference in your business. So basically, success in business is about a combination of multiple things. And success in business, to put it in one liner, I was waiting for one answer. Somewhere I missed out that answer being looking into, and somewhere a lot of nearby answer came. Success in business is having edge over your competitor. I'll repeat. Success in business is having edge over your competitor. I'll say you why. So quality is also successful. Yes. Network is also successful. Yes. Creating opportunity. Yeah, everything is correct. But I'll say you why. Having edge over your competitor is successful, because if you have an edge over your competitor, it means you're better than your competitor. It means you are able to be confident compared to your competitor. It means your consumer is coming back again and again for a reason. It means you created that reason, you created that difference in your business, and that's the reason customers will come again and again, and your business will not stop. If it is not stopping, you are increasing your business turnover, you are making money out of it, your bottom line is fair, your customers are happy, and you are happy. It means a successful definition simply means in business is being happy, and to be happy, you need to have edge over your competitor, because success ends with happiness. We'll never call it as a sad ending. We'll only call it as happy ending. And happy ending is always successful. So you need to be happy. And if you reverse work, you can be happy if at all you are having edge over your competitor. Now it means competition is the key. because you need to understand your competitor. Only then you can be able to have an edge over your competitor. Now answer me in chat box, how many of you make a competitor analysis once in 3 months? I want to understand. Be frank, be loyal, either yes or no, but I want both the answer. How many of you do competitor analysis once in 3 months about your business? Okay, very nice. I have a frank answer from Amana saying no. Vaibhav says no, we have not done it. Okay, others, go on. Sadhu Shivagaru, he's saying no. Okay, go on. If you're doing it, yes. If you're not doing, no, because I want a frank answer, because I'll say you connected with that. Have idea, but not done on a serious note. Okay, good. Every month we compare, Mr. Dara. That's crazy. Very good. Okay. Divakar says yes. And again, Venkat says no. Now, my question is, I'll say you why it is so important to always ensure you create that edge over your competitor. That's because if you believe you're growing, or if you believe you're stagnant, both are defined compared with your competitor. Now, most of us says that, no, you should not compare with any others. You should compare with yourself. Absolutely true. For you to compare with yourself, I will also say that you can be better when you compare with your competitor. It's not wrong in comparing others, but by comparing with others, you should not go negative. You should not do negative, but you need to build a positive rap. On that to be built, your edge should be so strong that you're always moving. That person who says that, sir, I'm growing, is more important for me than a person who says that, sir, I've already grown. I don't want a person who has grown already. I want a person who's always growing. You keep educating yourself. You keep growing. That makes a difference. And you will be able to have an upper market or upper hand in the market if you are having edge. And for that to be done, your competitor analysis is more important. Here Dara says that to know how much we are better from market. Exactly. And Sai says, I'm sorry, a team, I had to leave. Okay, no problem. But if you are not done, take it a word from me. If you start understanding your competitor, it is not just you'll understand more about your product, you'll understand yourself much better, because you'll actually know about your product, and that creates a difference. And for you to do that, your success in business makes a most out of it. Now, let me put this question. Next question is kind of weird. Next question is kind of challenging. Let me see how many would be able to address it. Now, we said that we need to have edge over competitor. Now, this question comes here, which says very clearly, who's better? We all spoke about competitor. We all spoke about edge over competitor. Now, you answer me, who's better, Coke or Pepsi? And my most important question is, why? Or which one is better, or why is it better? Vaibhav says Pepsi is better. Okay. Okay, I need an answer, as in which is better, Pepsi or Coke, and why is it better? I want an answer.
Yeah, I'm ready
Very
to
simple
answer.
question.
I'm ready to answer. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, Vaibhav, go on.
See, in the previous days, when I was in degree, I think so, I had a business executive from Pepsi company. He interacted me just for a while. I asked him, why you are focusing mainly on children items. At that time, initially, Pepsi had offered many children items, attracting children. I asked him directly, why you are focusing on children? Actually, the drink is for adults, and most of the adults will take this. And why you are focusing on children? Initially, at the time, they used to give headbands, rubber bands, like that, which will attract children. What he directly answered is, sir, right now Coke was an international brand. Of course, it was bombarding in sales. Our target is next for the next generation.
Got it. So it is actually true about when you're speaking about how it have an impact on adult and not generally for actually speaking, it's not for both. You know, it's not good for both as well. That's right, Vaibhav. But where I'm looking at is, if I ask from a consumer point of view, now if I ask which is better, it's very hard. Most of them spoke about Coke or publicity. See, that's not a reason at all why we are buying. If I'm a consumer, or if you're a consumer, if you're consuming it, If I ask which is better, it's very hard. Okay, let me put this question this way. How many can differentiate the taste between Coke and Pepsi? Be frank and be truth to yourself and answer me. If you close your eyes and if I give a cola drink, will you be able to differentiate between Pepsi and Coke? Yes or no? Assume yourself you got a cola and you'll be able to differentiate. Okay. Cannot differentiate. Most of us, frankly speaking, will not be able to differentiate between that. That is where I'm saying in today's scenario, there's a cutthroat competition. It's not easy for me to simply say that, yes, I can have a great difference. Frankly speaking, except for the people who are working in Coke and Pepsi, most of us will easily get confused between Pepsi and Coke. And both we are comfortable. The logic which I'm using here is competition when it is cutthroat. When you are trying to fight with monopoly, it's so hard. I'll tell you why. Price is one of the differentiating factor for most of the product. But here, both prices are same. If Pepsi increases by, if Pepsi reduces by 1 rupee, Coke also reduces by 1 rupee. If Pepsi increases the quantity, Coke also increases the quantity. If Pepsi says that I'm good, Coke equally says I'm good. So there's no differentiating factor at all. So it means in competition, when it is cutthroat, when it is monopolistic, you will not be able to judge a factor. You will be going based on opinion. You will be, going based on your gut thought process. You will be going based on your thought process, but you'll not be able to exactly say. For example, you got so many answers in chat box. Were you able to see the same answers from most of them? No, it was almost 50-50 or 60-40. It means it is not a common opinion. This is exactly I was trying to put across. Even in your business, when your competitor is also equally good, you might not be in a monopolistic market, but even when you are in a smaller market, you are in a mediocre market, where if you and your competitor are equally fighting, how would you be able to succeed in market? How will you be able to have an upper hand in the market? And how will you grow in the market? You will keep fighting in the market. You will keep, struggling in the market to be ahead in that. Then in that case, can we call ourselves to be a success in business? No. That's exactly my point of view. That was my point, which I was trying to say, that you need to have an upper hand, which is clearly visible. In the case of Pepsi and Coke, it was so hard for us to say that which is better. Then in that case, how will I be able to compare and say that it's hard? Maza nahi aata. That's very true. In business, if you don't have that competition, you will not enjoy that process. Okay. In that case, do not be similar or same to your competitor. Have edge over your customer. That's when the success in business will follow you. Still confused, sir. How is that will be able to do it? Okay. I'll give one more example. Go watch on the screen. Be ready with your chat box. The second question is on for you. Now, you answer me. There are two companies here. One is Mercedes, which is actually dominating industry. On the other hand, we have Daewoo, which was one of the Korean-based company, which was there from 1965 or 67. And in the year 1999, they shut. They closed it. And in fact, India, there was a car called as Matiz. In a time when Santro and Indica was rolled on in the market, they also rolled on a car called as Matiz. And all three were fighting very hard. Your Santro, Indica, as well as Matiz. All three cars were fighting very hard in the market. And slowly, Indica and Santro and Matiz, when they were striving, Indica, they felt that it is not a car worth taking it. Santro started having an upper hand, and Matiz, which was belonging to Daewoo, was closed because Daewoo closed the company and it was shut. Now, this is exactly the scenario. Now, the question is, if tomorrow Mercedes comes out and says that, look, I'm launching a new bike. And on the other hand, Daewoo will also come back and say that, look, I'm also launching a new bike. Now, answer me, which is the bike you will be going for, either for Merc or Daewoo? Go hit the chat box. Which is a bike which you will be going and buying it, Mercedes or Daewoo? And answer me, why? Okay. Most of them are coming out with Merc, okay. As it is more reliable, or is more visible, or the brand in the market, now available in the market, okay. Well, if you draw a point very carefully, now just look the screen. Just now when I spoke about Pepsi and Coke, we were discussing which is better, which one to take. We were unable to decide, and most of us said yes, no. We were able to differentiate. We were able to buy. We were able to take it. But the confusion was almost 50-50. And now, when we went to Mercedes and Daewoo, you're clearly able to point out and say, and if you look at the chat box, everyone, almost 99 or 100%, I can say, everyone said Merck. Now, that says everything. Now, if you ask me why, your answers are already on the chat box, which clearly says that it is because someone is visible, someone is able to be reliable, someone is able to make sure that they're not out of mind. Someone says that it's because of the brand capitalization which they have done. That says everything. I think now we are completely confident in saying that why we need to have edge over competitor. Assume if Daewoo was still there in the market, still maybe we would have still said that same answer about Merck. For the reason in business, what matters, the most important thing is that word called as reliability. And that's where I was driving the entire point for you to say that in your business, you can be successful if you are able to create reliability. Because this keyword is most important. When we spoke about Pepsi and Coke, when we spoke about Merck or Daewoo, we were unable to differentiate. We were unable to precisely say what we wanted because of the confusion. Now think one moment aside. Till now, we all thought about being a customer. Now, think yourself to be an entrepreneur. Stand. Till now, we decided, we were judgmental. We were so confidently answering in chat box because we were consumer. Now, if at all we are businessmen, understand this is how your consumers also will judge about you. This is also the way how consumers treat you. This is also the reason why consumer comes to you or to your competitor. And that's where my point of driving factor was, you need to have that edge over your competitor so you can bang on say that, yes, consumer will come back to you. Now, go to chat box and answer me. Go to chat box and answer me. Why will consumer come only to you compared with your competitor? This is a precise question. Most of you were trying to speak about your business, right? I'm giving an option to you now. Answer me in one line. Why is that your competitor prefers you compared to your competitor? I don't want to answer about reliability. I'll come back to that later. Other than reliability, why would your competitor prefer you compared to your competitor? Let me know, why will your customer prefer only you in your business? Because I think most of you are here conveying about your product, right? Let me see, why is that I need to come back to only you? Okay, here we have Badrinath stating that because we deliver what we speak, okay? And Mr. Bhimsen says that because of the visibility and the service what we give, okay? And DRR says that obviously because of the history, the past trend is again extrapolating for the future, okay? And here, okay, because we are standing on our promise. Great. Gautam says that visibility and credibility. Great. Now, members, if at all you start looking at, obviously, as you said, I'm getting on the edge as a competitor. Okay, Viber is saying he's having better than competitor. Okay, better price than online. Equipped to deliver better. Okay. Okay. Now, I will actually pick a question from your answer and put across. Members, directly go to chat box, look at it. Now, I think everyone answered about why they are preferring them. If I'm a seller and if you are a consumer, I'll repeat, if I'm a seller and if you are a consumer, and if I say that, look, sir, I have a product called as iPhone. Now, this iPhone, I'm selling it to you. iPhone, assume it's my own product. Maybe my own product which I'm having, it's not about iPhone. I'm having a phone. This I'm selling it to you. Why? If you ask me why, I'll say, because see, I'm having a good history. Because see, I promise, whatever others promised, I have actually fulfilled. Or I'll say you, sir, my price is better than online, so you can buy. Or if I say that, sir, I have an edge over comp, will you buy? Or if I say that, sir, I have a better quality than all other competitors, will you buy? I'm sure you won't. That says our answer. It means because of quality, because of service, because of visibility, because of credibility, these are the result. I am asking, why will a consumer come to you only compared to your competitor? When I speak so generic term as service, as quality, or as price, the problem in industry is everyone says the same thing. Then why will your consumer, the first timer who's coming back to you, he will never believe us? Because when I come to you, you will say that service. When I go to your competitor, he will also say service. Then how is that I'm able to differentiate? So that is the point. You need to go deep down in your business and then say, this is the reason. For example, if I say that I am ready to buy an Apple iPhone, I'll say that's because of innovation. And I can bet and say innovation, what they does is impossible with others. So that is going deep down to a customer's heart and thought process, and is able to make it. In the same way, check whether in your business, you are able to create that reliability. You are able to create that confidence in consumers, and all consumers of yours should speak about this word. When you say about service, when you speak about quality, when you speak about innovation, anything what you're talking about, it should not be your statement. And it should not be from one consumer statement. It's not from one client. It should be a common statement from all your clients. And that becomes the edge over your competitor. And that's exactly where I was trying to put across. Each of us are supposed to focus on that particular word when you want to have edge over your competitor. And here I'm driving that one word, which is called as reliability. This is one of the most important factors for all your business success, because the word reliability includes your quality. The word reliability includes your pricing factor. The word reliability includes the trust factor. Everything put together, it's called as reliable. Because when I say I rely on you, it means I have 100 factors which is making me call that, yes, I'll be able to think about you. Yes, you are able to be reliable. Yes, this is something why I want it. That's the case. My next question to you is to understand how reliable are you, or how reliability can be taken. My simple question to you over here is, can you raise your hand and say me how many of you are married? Let me see how reliable you are. Okay, one. Madhu is not married or still thinking about marrying? Okay, my question again to you. How many of you are married? Okay. Okay, good. Madhu realized now when he's raising the hand. Okay, sir. Okay. Now, how many of you have understood your wife completely after marriage? Started laughing at it. It says everything. Now, if you are still confused, now if you are still wondering about it, my question goes straight like this. Unable to say I understood completely. That is because for a reason. It is like most of the time when we go to buy a SIM card, they'll ask me to sign a document and then give a SIM card, because there'll be a terms and conditions. Whenever we sign the document, no, have you observed it? Wherever they ask, like illiterate, sir, ekkada sign cheyala, ikkada, okay, ikkada, okay, ikkada sign cheyala, sir, okay, I'll sign it and give it. It means when you buy a SIM card as well, we blindly go and sign, because we believe, okay, the company Airtel will not cheat us. Oh, company Vodafone will not cheat me. In the same way, when you're buying a SIM card, you're blindly signing. In the same way, when you're marrying, you'll blindly agree with your wife. Not because she's right or wrong. That is because you rely on her. You trust her. You are confident about her. You're genuinely agreeing with her. That is what I call it as a reliability. It means even in business, most of the time, when you say that you're relying, or when customer says that they're relying on you, it means there are multiple factors why they're relying on you. But if you look at the common thread, everything is connected to your business success. So my agenda for today for you to say is how that reliability makes a confident note for your business success is what I'm trying to prove it to you. Now, in that case, if reliability is so important for my business success, then my question is, what do you mean by reliability? Go hit the chat box, your definition of reliability. Trust, okay. Signing blindly in spousal contact could also be because of no choice, okay. I can understand and feel pity for you, Badrina. Okay, trustworthy. Again, Gautam says that reliability means trust. More visibility and again trust. Somewhere we are hanging around the word trust for reliability. As I said that trust is not verifiable. Okay, that's a synonym of trust now. So we are trying to put across in such a way where trust is everything. If that is the case, reliability is not restricted only for trust. Let me take, throw some light on this. Now, look at the screen and you have a question and you answer me. Can I call reliability as being competent? If yes, now among these two, if at all you are a cricket buzz, then we know that it is Dhoni and Parthiv Patel. Now both are wicket keeper as well as batsman. Now these two guys both are wicket keeper and batsman. When the choice came, can you throw some light on who's more competent? I'm okay today. A lot of questions are coming up on screen. Be interactive because this is connected with your business. Dhoni is more reliable. Okay. MSD. Dhoni is more competent. Great. Exactly. So it means, obviously, there's no question about it. Dhoni is more competent. It means in business, I repeat, when I'm talking anything over here, I mean only about you and your business. In your business, if I say that your consumer feel you're more competent, that is when we call it as reliable. It means reliability is not just about the trust factor. Reliability is also about the competency what you hold. Imagine in this case of cricket, Parthiv Patel was a timer when he came along with Dhoni. It means there was a slight difference in the timing when they came, but still what proved was their competency. Now you ask about yourself. Exactly. He tried to consistently be competent in business. So it means it is not sufficient that once I proved and I'm sufficiently sitting back and relaxing. You should be competent every now and then in business, and you should keep exceeding the customer expectation every now and then. And that is when you will be called as competent. That's exactly where I'm trying to say. It means in your business, when we speak about reliability, are you competent? If yes, you think about yourself. Are you upgrading yourself and sharpening your skill about being competent always? In fact, most of the time in business, we always say that be competent, be educated about yourself, be knowing about your competitor, have edge over your competitor. All these things are saying nothing but you should be competent. Imagine if Dhoni came, he played for the first couple of matches and he was thrown out. No. In fact, first 4 matches, we know Dhoni was out for 0, 3, 7, 9. And if this was the case, do you think, is he competent in the initial scale? No. But what proved him was every single opportunity which he got, he started moving better. He started upgrading himself. He started having a hold on it. Now, that is what I meant with respect to the quality. Okay, here Ravindran says that technically Parthiv is good, but Dhoni is technical, but leadership quality made him what he is today. Correct. Imagine if leadership is the only thing which proved him better, or if playing good is the only factor which is better, then why not Azhar? Then why not Sachin Tendulkar? Because Sachin was also given opportunity of being a leader, but he was not able to. So it means every person has his quality. Dhoni was able to do because he was an all-rounder. He was a leader. He was a player. He proved himself and he kept competing with himself and with others, and he proved. But Parthiv was just good in playing. That will not make everything. This is exactly connecting back to your business. If it is not sufficient that you know, there are a lot of people when you go to their business, they're technically so sound about their business, but they don't have a selling skill. They have selling skill, but no knowledge. But they have no knowledge, but they're not competent. They're competent, but they're unable to. It means all put together make you competent compared to others, and it is not one factor which is making you different. That is exactly my driving point to you. When we speak about reliability, reliability includes being competent. So competent is not in one area in your business. Technically, you should be sharpened about every activity you do. It is not you feeling you're competent. Your consumer should start feeling, okay, he's competent. Why is that you're going only to? Because he knows what he's speaking, because he knows what he's doing, because he knows that he's it is something a consumer should say about you. Now go back in your business and check whether your consumer feels yourself to be Dhoni in your business or whether he feels you're a Parthiv in your business. If they feel if you're Dhoni in your business, there's no look back to you. You can grow. If you feel you're Parthiv to your business, it means you know where you're trying to grow, because both are doing the same thing, but one was competent. It means if you are Parthiv, start understanding and start working towards it, because there's no need for you to answer what you are over here. You need to think about it and start working on it. That makes difference. Now, if reliability includes competence, that is point one. Now, my second question goes like this. It means reliability is not just trust factor. It's also about being competent in your business. My second question, look on screen, and then the second question is popping up for you. Is my audio low by any chance? No, it's clear. I think why not try increasing?
No, audio is clear.
Great. Well, my second question goes to you like this. Reliability is not just about competence. Reliability also includes commitment. Reliability also includes commitment. It means what you commit, whether you're delivering it. I think earlier one of our members also said that, sir, we deliver. That's why consumer come back to me again and again. It means you are actually delivering it. Now my question is, only when you commit and deliver, that is when consumer will be able to reliable. I have two options over here. I want you to go answer on the screen. Who's better, an entrepreneur who commits or a politician who commits? Now you answer me, which is better, an entrepreneur or a politician? Be active, be active. It's okay. Keep hitting the chat box, because this is what you and your business. Go hit the batter. Whoever delivers, that's amazing answer. Okay. Entrepreneur, not even comparable. Okay. An entrepreneur, does that mean entrepreneur will commit everything what he says? No, that's not what we are talking about. But on the other ground, will politician do everything what he commits? Now here I'm not there. Doesn't mean that a politician is wrong or an entrepreneur is right. The question is, with respect to entrepreneurs, the deliverable is more. It's not about, sir, your judgment. A lot of MLAs, where I can say MPs, I can say, who are delivering it. I'm sure I'm taking in generic. And in that case, even a lot of entrepreneurs include Vijay Mallya. Now, can I say that Vijay Mallya is someone reliable? In that case, you need to ask SBI bank manager. He will be very happy to deliver that statement. So it's a generic statement to say your business requires commitment. It means reliability doesn't only say that you should be competent, you should also commit. Check in your business. Are you being an entrepreneur who delivers? Or are you being a politician who commit and not deliver? Or to put across, now you answer and think about yourself where you're committing and where you're delivering. For that, again, check with your consumers. Did you deliver everything you conveyed and approved? If yes, then it means you're working on it. So my second work for you is to be reliable. Check with your consumers. Are you committing and are you delivering? Where? Timelines, pricing, quality, and most important, what you speak. Sir, I didn't give anything in writing. Sir, writing comes only when you don't trust yourself. When your consumer trusts you blindly, he will never come back and ask, can you give me an agreement? Doesn't mean agreement is wrong. But I'm saying whether your consumer have the trust and confidence on you to that extent where your word is a factor. You remember our fathers, great grandfathers and all, whenever we used to speak to them, they say that, if I say something, that's enough. Oh, he said that. Okay, then leave it. Don't worry about it. He will get it done. Whether you are that grandfather of your business who stood on word, whether you are delivering that commitment in your business. If yes, then I'm sure you are successful in your business because you are reliable. If not, then you think about yourself, where you are standing. Again, I'm not asking where you are, but I'm only questioning you. If you're not, then you need to start working on it because that's my criteria. So reliability is one, be competent. And two, You need to commit and you need to deliver it. It's not sufficient to commit. It's also sufficient to deliver. Then in that case, can I say reliability to be only 2? No. Then in that case, reliability includes. My third question goes on screen. Be ready. Look at the question and start answering that. Integrity. Integrity is one of the most reliable factor unless we have Putin, who's again president from Russia, and on the other side we have from China. I don't want to say his name as well. Now you hit the chat box and say who's reliable. Both are politicians, both commit, both call themselves as their integral. Now my question to you is, who's highly integrity maintaining one? Okay, we have Putin. Again, we have Putin. I dare anyone answer even China as a president. We will even hesitate to even think about it. One is 18 feet underwater, other one is 20 feet. That's where I said that who's more integral. I said that who's the one only who's maintaining integrity. Both have it. No, let's not make it political over here. My agenda was to say that when you speak about integrity, even in your business, I don't want to say whether Putin is 100% integral. My question was, compared to China, can I call Putin to be integral? Is my question. If yes, that is what answering my question back to you in your business as well. Compared to your competitor, are you maintaining that integrity? Doesn't mean that you should not be completely integral. You should. But what consumer looks at is whether I'm competitively better than my competitor, whether I'm maintaining that integrity compared with my competitor, I am better. If I am better, then it means it is not you who's saying. If your consumers are saying it, yes, you are reliable. As I said that, the point of factor for reliability also stands from the point 3, your integrity. So it means it is not about Putin or it's not about president. It's about whether you and your competitor, whether you are able to maintain that integrity. By the way, what is integrity is again a question. Integrity, I do not want to go for a detailing. Integrity is you stand for what you believe, you stand for what you do, and you stand for what you committed. That's when I'll be able to rely on you. It is being truthful for yourself and for the consumer. That is an integrity which you need to maintain for yourself. In that case, consumer will feel you're reliable if you're competent, if you ensure that you commit something and deliver, and if you maintain that integrity. So it means in your business, my important question goes back again is, do you maintain that integrity with your customer? If yes, don't worry, you are definitely on growing path. I am not questioning about how much is your bottom line, but I will say you will be in a path of growing because you are reliable. So can I say that, okay, these are the 3? No, I can go on with one more question to you. If at all you're reliable, reliability includes my question number 4. My question number 4, which is very, 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 confusing statement to you. Confidentiality. From today's scenario, I'll put across as a question. If at all I speak about confidentiality, now question for yourself, whether you maintain that confidentiality in business. If yes, I'm not going to ask whether Government of India or WHO, because I know that you will make it too political here. But I will leave this question for you to think from your perspective, whether WHO or Government of India from today's scenario, you think about it. But I'm questioning you in your business. Are you confidential in your business? Because most of them, for example, I saw a lot of them being chartered accountant over here who spoke once about being professional. They also have something called as confidentiality agreement. It might be, lawyers, it might be company secretaries, it might be everyone should maintain that confidentiality. Now, reliability also comes from confidentiality. Imagine certain information which you're supposed to hold on. If you are holding it or if you're giving up about your consumer, makes the difference between you and your competitor. Imagine if you are a chartered accountant and I'll come to you, I'll disclose my information to you, trusting you, and you give up that information in front of someone, then do you think that you will maintain confidentiality? If you're not maintaining confidentiality, do you think you're reliable? No. That's where my point of concern was. Reliability doesn't always mean being competent or confident. It also being maintaining that confidentiality. It means do consumers or do customers or do clients feel you are maintaining that confidence? It is not about me and you speaking about it. If I ask you, or if you ask me, I'll say, sir, I'm 100% maintaining confidentiality. It is about your consumer opinion about you makes your business much more reliable. So think about you and your business, whether you're maintaining that confidentiality. If yes, then that's where you'll be able to make a difference. And my last point, and the next question is for you. So reliability is not just about being competent, having an advantage, or being confidential, having that accolade. It also means accessibility. It also means accessibility. Okay, my question goes like this. Your neighbor is the one whom you fight always. He's like a security guard of your house. He knows who comes in, who goes out. In fact, he knows about your relatives more than you, because he was the one who's always good. Don't worry, even I'm a neighbor for someone else. Even we are a neighbor for someone else, but we are good at it. We fight crazily with our neighbor. On the other hand, we have a person. Can you name who he is? I'm sure he's from India. If you can think about his name and say who he is. Ajit Doval, not Doval. Indian James Bond. Okay. Okay, what is he? Yeah, he is Ajit. He is from, not NIA, NSA, National Security Advisor. That is Ajit Doval. Okay. Now, if at all my question is, can I, have a trust on Ajit? 100%. Can I trust my neighbor? Never. But my problem is, if someone attacks my home, will I call Ajit and say that Indian James Bond, please come home? Or will I call my neighbor? That makes a difference in your business as well. In your business, accessibility is equally important. If your consumer has a problem, will they be able to reach you? Why do you think Amazon is clicking and not your business? Simple reason of their telecalling service, their extreme customer-oriented service. One information setting you didn't like, they will take it. After using a lot of consumers saying, I don't like, they'll take it. They'll refund immediately. They'll ask no questions to you. And any problem, they'll address it within a given span of time. It means that is an accessibility which Amazon has created and not us. That's exactly where I'm saying, even though we fight with our neighbor, I will still have an accessibility for my neighbor. Even though I trust Ajit, I'll not be able to go for him because of the accessibility. Now, my question to you is, in your business, are you accessible? Are you making yourself accessible to your consumer? I'm not saying that be 24/7 available, but are you available when your consumer wants you is the question. If you are available when consumer wants you, I think your business is going according to the way you are expecting. That makes the difference in your business. So it means in your business, being accessible is equally important. Being accessible will make difference in your business. So it means reliability is not just about trust as a factor. Reliability also includes all these aspects, because if you are successful in your business or if you are not successful in your business, the only differentiating factor between your success and failure is the word reliability. If you are reliable, if that is making you reliable, if that is the case, for you to build that reliability, then what is that I need to do? Obviously, what you told, it's right. I agree with it. A lot of them said, yes, that is important. Yes, you are already doing in that. It means creating reliability is super important in business. But if you ask me how to create, follow these 5 factors. But to follow these 5 factors, your consumer should believe it to be so. And for you to get your consumers, you need a factor which is most important. That's called as network. Because at the end of the day, you'll be able to create that reliability only and only if you are able to build that network along yourself. Because we always believe that in business, let's fight and succeed. Let's sell and succeed. Let's do. No, it's not about that. If at all you need to build always aggressively, you need to ensure that that network is there. But everyone has a network. Someone has a personal network. Someone has a social network. Someone has a business network. Someone is into Rotary, someone is into Lions, someone is into Idea. There are hundreds of networks which are there. But the question is, that network, whether it is reliable for you and for your business, is a question which I would like to understand. And for you to ensure that in whichever network you are, I am not asking which network you are, in whichever network you are you able to create a visibility for yourself is the question. Because that's what consumer says. No, that's what your client says. No, whether you're visible to them. If you're visible, that builds your credibility. That makes you profitable, and that gives the revenue to you. It means, are you able to create that visibility for your consumers? Is a question you need to ask about yourself. If you're creating that visibility, that will slowly start building that credibility. Because even in a lot of idea meeting, whenever you're trying to come, we speak saying that, look, I do this, look, I do. Correct. But you didn't say why I should trust you, why I should believe you, why, I want to feel that you are reliable. You need to convey that. So next time when you're presenting something, say me what makes you reliable. Say me, that's why we ask, convey your success story, convey your point of confidence, because that makes you visible, that makes you reliable, and that generates your credibility in the market. Today, I think when DRR was saying that, sir, I didn't know that you had at least 25, employees in your business and you're able to make it. Why? That point, if 25 members are working, if 100 members are working, if 200 members are working, it means you are actually taking care of 25 such members. It means you're serious about your business. It means you created that visibility in business. It means you're credible in your way. Not having employees itself is sufficient, but that is one of the factors where we'll be able to say that, okay, he's not trying to fool around. He's able to make that. So it means you need to build that visibility in your business, which will generate credibility. And for you to build that visibility, it is not sufficient if you sit back at home and try selling your product. It is always required for you to have a network, because that is where you'll be able to grow. And for that network to be built, and for that network to make it reliable, idea always was there next door to you to say that how you can confidently grow. Because idea is not just a platform about giving referral, it's about building relationship. Idea is not just a platform to make you money, it's a platform also to ensure you long lastingly start closing deals. Because every now and then when idea meeting happened, we always spoke about how this network can make a difference. Because most of us are in network, but we're not able to grow. Certain members are not even having network. What is that making difference? The simple logic is you and your business is completely connected and growing, and can grow if that network is strong. Because I always say this, even when I'm sleeping, I keep making money, not because I'm good, but because my network is strong. I'm asking the same question to you. Is your network that strong? If that network is strong, are you able to make that? Because my business, I'm a strategy consultant. I help business to increase sales. I help business to turn around their model. We do a lot of market in all these aspects. When I'm talking, reliability is the most important factor for me in my business, because I'm not selling a product. If it's a product, I can showcase and say that, sir, this quality is good. But when I'm doing service, you can't. It is not very easy for me to build a reliability. Then what makes difference? The only thing which makes difference is my network. My network is so strong that I will be able to get you connected with anyone, anytime. If this is a statement which you can say, I'm sure that you're successful. That is exactly where I was saying that the word reliability is connected so strong with your business success, which will make a difference. At last, before I would like to close down, I will say one simple statement to you. I don't know, most of the time we are busy with our work. If you were in kitchen sometime, experimenting, and if you know something about cooking, then you start boiling water. And that boiling water, if I ask you to drop 3 things, point 1, drop an egg in one of the vessels, drop carrot in other vessel, and drop coffee bean in other vessel. I repeat, if you were in kitchen and if 3 vessels are there with boiling water, if you drop egg in one vessel, carrot on the other, and coffee bean on the other, understand, egg will turn hard, carrot will turn soft, and coffee bean gives aroma. It was the same vessel, it was the same hot water, but what made difference is that inner feeling of them and that inner quality of that particular activity which we did made the difference. Whether you will turn hard on your customer, whether you will turn soft on the customer, or you'll give that aroma which makes them feel that you are everything to them, makes difference in that. And if you are an aroma of your customer, and that aroma is called reliability, and that makes your business more successful. So this is where I would like to end, stating that you are actually a successful businessman. You need only one factor to be changed, and that is having reliability for your consumer. If you are able to bring that reliability for your business, yes, you are done. With this, I would like to conclude and say that you are not who you are what you define yourself with. I'm sure you're defining yourself with a coffee bean, which gives that aroma and makes difference. With this, I would like to conclude with saying that all the very best and good luck to you. I'm sure you will turn successful in your business by taking up that reliability into yourself. Thank you.